Good morning, traders. This is Joseph with Smart Money Traders YouTube channel. We are live at the moment. We're looking at on the market this morning here. Looks like we definitely went lower. We're looking at the 1 minute chart at the bottom left, along with the indexes that we look at for confirmation, and also basically also just not entering certain trades. We're looking to trade LE today, which is live cattle on the top left. It looks like we're going to look for a pullback. Yesterday, we had a definitely down day on LE. LE is looking to see if we can bounce today. So, but definitely like to see something come back to the VWAP at 42 half. And then I will trying to go along LE here, which is live cattle. So yesterday was a down day on live cattle. Today I think we may get a bounce here. But before I get into much analysis, let me just say this is for educational purposes only. We're not trying to tell you what to buy, what to sell. But here, as you can see, the bottom right in 30 minutes, we got LE. LE's been definitely in a nice uptrend. And see here, that's definitely to retest of this low yesterday. And it looks like we're bouncing here. Hopefully we can get some. Let me move this out the way. Information. Hopefully we'll get some movement to the upside here on LE, but I'd like to see a pullback. I'd like to see a pullback for me to go along. Yeah, there's a couple bars forming right now. Let's see if we can get to that point. LE. That's CJ. That's just Japanese yen. If we can get a pullback here, that'd be really nice, and we can try to go along. But in the meantime, market looks like it's bouncing. The market is bouncing, but when I look at the advanced decline here, it's going lower, and this is going higher. So to me, I don't believe this move up. This is probably people trying to buy a bottom here, but I think this market today could be one of those days that we go lower. I mean, we've been going higher for a while in this market. So if we can go lower today, we'll see what happens here. We got the NQ in the middle, bottom middle here. So again, if the NQ we're above the VWAP, so that's bullish. But I think we can definitely see some action lower here. Let's look at NQ on the 30 minutes at the bottom right. All right, definitely. Like I said, I didn't believe this move up on ES because we're seeing this going down. The advanced decline is very, very important because that tells me the breadth of the market, what's going lower. If the majority of stocks are going lower, this move up here was definitely, and it's not something we trust. We say, hey, we're going down here. And today, it makes sense for us to get a bearish day today if we were to get a bearish day, because we've been going higher. I look at the daily, but I can build a daily chart. That's a daily chart of ES. So as you can see, we've been going higher. Right now, we're breaking this resistance, which was support here. So today, having a bearish day, or at least a retracement before we go higher, is definitely very, very plausible. So we've definitely been bouncing after this huge drop. Same thing with NQ. I think I missed my entry on LE. Let's see. Because my entry would have been the open of this thing here. Go back. Or are we going lower? Because I was looking for a bounce at the VWAP, maybe at 60. I'm going to put a buy limit at 55. Then we come back at 55 and take me in. But talking about the indices here, we're hitting resistance here on NQ. LE, I don't think I got many markings in here. As you can see, LE here, we got Friday was negative, and yesterday was negative. I really haven't seen LE is pausing here. Hopefully we don't. So we just got fill on LE here. That's 55. I got a 20 tick stop. Each tick in LE is $10. So we're really not risking much on LE here. So if we break down and come toward those lows here, we don't want to be part of this trade anymore. But let's see if this market's gonna go up. We're looking for 40 ticks. We're just looking for one full point on LE. We may not get it, but let's see here. Yeah, I don't like this movement here. I might be a lot early on this. May just give it 10 ticks. If after 10 ticks here, he doesn't start 55.30. Oh yeah, we're gonna be quick with Ellie today. We're not gonna let it unless it's 30. We should be our stop. If we get another negative bar here, we're gonna be out because I mean the bounce is not happening. So the 20 ticks I usually use for my stop at the beginning is just my emergency stop. But if it's not going the way, usually I'm gonna cut it loose quickly here because we got one more tick below this low here. We'll be out. Just kind of cut your losses as soon as you can. Because I'm looking at my other charts here. Yeah, it's probably not ready to go higher yet. Today could be another negative day. I mean, when I look at the daily chart here, yeah, this thing was moving higher for a while. So we're just hoping that Ellie can look at the fib. I don't use fib often, but we may see a pullback all the way back down to 197. See if we can bounce over here and go higher. If it does, it'd be great. If not, that's fine too. Let me know what you guys are trading. Any markets you guys want me to look at or get my opinion on. And obviously it's only my opinion. So we get out of early with 10 ticks, 10 tick loss. I think early here is primed to go lower. As a matter of fact, we may right now. I'd like to see come back maybe to VWAP. We may short it, and our stop would be above here. At least looking like he wants to go lower. 45, 40.5. Okay. Got my emergency stop up there again. If we don't move quickly to the downside, the way I think this market is going. In the meantime, ES is kind of ranging here. Nothing going on. So early yesterday we had a range of, let me see what we had yesterday. We had 129 ticks. Will we get 129 ticks again today? I don't think so. But if we get from the high here, we go down here. And we may get to this low here, which is, let's call it 201.42. I think we can get to 201, maybe 201.87. Call that here. So we're looking to get, we lost 10 ticks already, and to get about 62 ticks, which is very possible here on early. Now, we're seeing a bounce on ES at the bottom left here. So let me move this out of the way. We can see the bounce happening here on ES. So we're down one tick on early here, so we're going to give it time to develop. Clearly, my long, feel like I was on the wrong side of the market, so that's why I got out, so I can get on the right side. Could have been a premature exit. We don't know. We'll find out soon. Well, let me get whipsaw in here. Ooh, got this push up here on early. I've been on the wrong side here. Yeah, let's see if we break this resistance here. The blue line will be out. For this to be the case in LE, we're gonna try to go trade something else. Obviously, we're not seeing it quite the right way on LE today. If we get taken out here, and that's okay. Sometimes you're not gonna see the market right every time. 3 ticks. In hindsight, that's why we call this one trading the market at the right edge. And in hindsight, I just have a good day. I have to take care. Oh, you're welcome. All right, let's see if this gonna hold resistance. If not, we're gonna go trade something else, because typically the indices, we don't like to trade them at least for 5 minutes, and lately we've been trading earlier from the get-go, and then we trade the indices later. Now, when they really settle, because a lot of times the first part of the move is usually not the right move. Like right now, I can see this market going down again, because we're seeing the advanced decline is turning to the downside. The advanced issue, the same thing. ADV and trend, you want trend to be below 1. It's below 1 now, but it looks like it's going higher. So, and looking at the order from LE here, there's some sellers up there, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to withstand the buyers trying to push this up. See how it goes. 6 sticks to my stop. I'm not going to give it more room here. It's either it's going to go down or it's going to take me out for a loss, recalibrate, and trade something else. It's 10 o'clock now. I'm not sure if there's any news at 10 o'clock. And let's see. Forex Factory. Alright, let's see what happened here. Yes, it's definitely trying to go lower here. Same thing with NQ right over here. So right now we're in a short eddy trade. We were long earlier. We switch a bias, but it looks like definitely taking some heat here. We may, looks like we could be going higher here. So if it gets higher, take me out. That's fine. We'll go trade something else. As a matter of fact, we've been calling ES and NQ pretty well so far. That turn happened, and the ADD here, it has declined. Hey, this is going down. 8 points. And when this was going higher, we're like, okay, this is going higher with the ADD. That's a nice one. But we knew that today there's a big chance here we may see a down move here with ES and NQ. Now NQ is at the VWAP. Let's see what ES is below VWAP. So I think we may see some more down move here. Live cattle here definitely doesn't show us that he's going to take us out. Got one more tick and we'll be out. We got taken out here. That's fine. We'll take a breather and we'll go try to trade possibly ES because NQ is a low. If you trade NQ, you might trade the MNQ, but you can still make pretty good profit with the MNQ if you trade the multiple contracts and scale out. Thank you for being here. Let me know what you're trading. Let me know how things are going for you today. It's very early in the trading session here. It's only 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Let me see. Today we don't have much. We had a little bit of consumer confidence, new home sales. It's lower. Consumer confidence is lower. So that could have been the move at 10 o'clock here. I made the market go down, but it wasn't. So it's going to come back down here in LE on live cattle. It'll be interesting to see. We'll do some sellers trying to get in here, but I don't know if they're going to get run over or if they're going to be able to push it down the way we would like it to happen. But again, if that doesn't happen, we make sure that we'll go trade something else. We're not going to try to chase those losses on LE. 2 more ticks will be out. In the meantime, ES looks like it's bouncing higher. I think ES here we might be primed to go higher. LE at any time we may get taken out. Fine. One thing with LE, you definitely got to be patient. I think in trading in general, you got to be patient. But LE, when you're trading LE, move a couple ticks could take almost what feels like a lifetime, especially if you're used to trade NQ and NES, so which right now NQ just bounced off the VWAP, so it's about 5 minutes ago. So it looks like I'll be going higher here. I think if we trade above 25 on ES, we have a chance to go higher. Trade above 25, that's 32, 34 overnight. 9 a.m. at some point. The candle that closed at 9 a.m. The high was before exactly. Got a chance here to go higher on ES. I think this was like if you got long up there, they definitely shake you out. You get shaken out now. They might be moving it higher. But again, I was surprised to see a bearish day either today because we had a lot of movement to the upside in the last few days. So there's been a decline. It's going lower. It's not time to buy. Below this VWAP here could be sell. Could be a sell time. So let me know in the chat what you're trading and how things are going for you. Oh, there you go. We got taken out here on LE. So typically, here's what happened today. Typically on LE, we sold 65, I believe here. No, we bought at 65 and then came back down almost. Really, if we left our original stop over 20 ticks, would be still in this trade. Now we talk about usually a double pullback. When the market goes higher like this, first pullback, second pullback, and go high. So the entry for long would be here. Now for me at this particular time, I'm like, oh, this market is going lower. Let's sell it at 42.5. We sold it here. It went for us maybe a few ticks. It went for us like a few ticks. Then it did this. So the lesson is just give it a little more time to develop. That's basically what just happened here. Yesterday was a big bearish day. When I looked at yesterday was a big bearish day. If I could look at the daily here. So today could be a retracement. All right. So at the moment, yes, looks like he wants to go higher. I'm not sure what's going on. Template here. Okay, we got the Raptor system here. Again, we got a couple of trades in, both losses, and one of them was change my mind on ES after going short here. After going long, to get some heat, and now it's going higher. So we're not going to chase this. That'd be revenge trading pretty much. So we're not doing that. ES here looks like he wants to go higher. Top would be at below the swing if I wanted to buy. But we're heading toward a fair value gap here, which could be resistance. So we'll wait and see. Everything is primed to go higher here on ES and then Q. That's a matter of, okay, can we get a pullback? That makes sense, We had a pivot. We don't want to be buying here. We'd like to see a pullback first. And then we said here, if we're to be buying here, we want to see a pullback. So we're getting the pullback here now. 50. We got in here. There you go. All right. Yes, here looks like we are cooking with gas. Things are moving. Getting a little delay on the yes here. Honestly, if this were to be a loss. 3 losses in a row. Usually 3 strikes, we out. So that's what we would do for this. Clearly, we're not seeing the market too good today. And we did say above 25. It could be a place to go long. But we got went above 25 at first. Then we waited for the pullback. Willie my entry could have been 2 ticks better. But let's see if we can get at least to break even here. For us to get to break even, we're looking for about 5 points. So this market is very volatile, so we want to give it room for it to move. If this was to come back down here and take us out, well, we'll pack our toys and go home, because obviously this is not. I'm getting a little bit of delay here on my ES feed. Not much, about a second. It's not supposed to be that. Put this over here. Okay, now it's back to normal. If we take out this swing here, we're gonna call it a day. Just to be an early day today. That decline is definitely not reassuring here, but let's see if it's gonna turn around. If it doesn't turn around, that's fine. Where's my stop at 20 half? Because I got 2 ticks. So I'm gonna give it 2 more ticks as far as I will. But if we don't turn around here, we should be turning around here. If we don't, we'll call it a day, It'll be a losing day. That just happened. Can't win them all. Now we got that green Geiger counter saying, hey, we got the buying pressure was bigger. Now we're getting a neutral one. It's like a stalemate right now. What I got feel here. Ellie now wants to go lower. That's what happened. Tag me out pretty quick. It's not like it was 1 tick when it bought against me. Against past my stop by 1 tick. It was a pretty good. Let me see, 95 to 27, which is a good 12 ticks. So I wasn't gonna stay around for that. Maybe my early short was premature, so I kind of always drop the gun early. So we'll definitely keep that in mind next time. Now, if we make a new high here, we'll move to break even. I know I like to wait for 5 points in this particular market because we're getting a lot of back and forth, and sometimes if you move your stop too early, you get close to drop my stop right here. If we break this high, there you go. So this is 25 and a 24 and a quarter. That's my entry. So I don't know if we're gonna come back here and tag me out of break even. If they do, more power to them. I wanna give it 2 ticks. I'm gonna put a 73 in the quarter because I hate when they come back and tag you out for 1 or 2 ticks. Basically, almost at break even here. Just risking 2 ticks on ES. Trying to make 40 ticks here. Let's see what happened. We're right at the value area high. We're pushing higher here. So essentially, for us to get fill here, we need to make a new high for the day, which is possible. Just gotta be patient here and wait for. Okay. See if we can move higher here. NQ is at a pivot. So if NQ break this pivot here, we may see some. At this point, we're gonna move it to break even flat here. This doesn't. 24 and a quarter here. Come back and tag us out. Geiger counter saying we're going higher. We got a green needle. Advanced decline is kind of flat now at 4 or 5 minutes. Looks like we might be taken out here. Are we? Yeah, got taken out. Definitely would have got taken out at 23 and a quarter as well. This market looks like he wants to go lower now. It's the kind of stuff I don't like. I really don't like it when this happens. They tag you out and they just turn it right back around. I think with that said, I think I'm gonna end the stream. It's 10:28, right at the top of 9:30 was right here. We're heading toward there. So they tag you out and go higher. And it can definitely be frustrating at times. So it's almost 10:30. It's not a time to be trading right now. We're gonna see definitely some action here. Almost 10:30. So we're gonna be pushing toward the IB high, which is at the moment stands at 29 and 3/4. We just passed that. So in hindsight, you can say, hey, you could have just put your stop below here. But my original stop was 5 points from my entry was 24 and a quarter. So it was not all the way down to 19 down here. So right now, it looks like we're about 3 points away from our target. No, not 3 points. Yeah, about 4 points away from our target here. So or what would have been a target. But because advanced decline is not going too crazy, so that move up may not be go for too long, because advanced decline is not showing that, hey, I want to participate. There's a lot of stock participating in that move up here. Yeah, early is done. Bounce off the view up again. Yeah, yes, it's definitely going a little lower now. Yeah, I think we might be done here with the stream. The advanced decline is going higher, so that's a good sign. Yes, might continue to go higher now. Well, when you're at the high like this, usually get a fade toward the middle of the ES going lower now. It's definitely not a surprise. It's a setup to go higher. So ES going higher. Again, we're along ES. If you just joined the stream, we're along ES. We got taken out of that break even. We bought right here. It went fast. After we got taken some heat, we move our stop to break even after this push up. Came back exactly to our level of entry. Take us out. Now it's going higher. I think for the rest of the day here, we may see some more movement to the upside here. Yeah, I think we're definitely, the trend is up right now. That people want to be buying. ADD supporting the move. Advanced issues supporting the move. So, meaning just wait for a pullback to get in. Definitely want to be buying at the high like this. But if we get a few more bars negative here, now we're approaching a pivot point. That's important, The high of the day is 34. That's something, again, you don't want to be trading into this high here. Trading into this high definitely is not going to be something you want to do. But when the market is going higher, it's going higher now. We're seeing in the Geiger counter in the middle top here, it's getting red. So meaning we get some selling pressure coming in here, which makes perfect sense because we're getting close to that high. Same thing here on NQ. NQ, we're getting close to the high as well. That could be one of those things that they set up to make a stop run. They go higher by a few ticks and then drop it down. With that said, I'd definitely be careful here. Definitely be careful. So in fact, that could be a nice short setup. If we get a bar below 30 here, if price get traded below 30, it could be a nice short setup. It might be short-lived. They may go try to attack the swing. Good 3-4 points. We didn't try to come back to view up at 19 3/4. So let me know what you guys are trading, how things are going for you out there today. I had 3 trades, one break even, and a couple of losers on live cattle. The wrong side of the market twice on live cattle. Now ES is pushing higher. Be careful, we are approaching that high of the day at 34. We got to, what's the high on this candle? 33.75. So let's see how the seller's going to defend this high here. Sellers might definitely defend it. For me to go along here, it wouldn't be right here. We'd have to come back down toward the cloud here. Maybe give me a pullback toward 29.30 and turn around. Then go along. But yeah, Geiger counter is heading toward the red. See what happened here. Yeah, advanced decline is still kind of hiding higher too. So which is a good sign. So we might have enough strength to break this high and continue higher. There you go. Somebody has a chat. Nice, Jimmy. Oh, okay. That's good. Yeah. So right now we hit that high. Looks like we hit it to the tick. Let's see. Did we make one tick away from the high? That's the high of this candle here. Seeing a pullback here is definitely not something that we should. If that happened, we should be surprised. And we're saying advanced decline is stalling over here, which is a sign there's not much participation right now in this market. And the market internals are kind of mixed, red overlapping green here. That's another reason to be cautious here. Not sure if you were here, Jimmy, when I was long ES. I went long right here at 29. I think we got close to 5 points up, and I moved to break even. Came back and tagged my break even now. Really would be about, would have just hit my target. Yeah, would have just hit my target. Target was at 34.25 because my entry was 24.25. So we just made a new high here. This green line is resistance, so I wouldn't want to go and just sell it here, but there's something to keep in mind. The average range over the last 5 days on ES is 197 ticks. The last 10 days is 232 ticks. Today, It's only 132. So that means we may have another 15 points higher here if we're going to decide to go higher. So looks like this resistance is holding for now. So looking at this market here, the direction looks like it's going to be up today. It's been up overnight. I mean, at least late European session. Not actually a couple hours into it because European session open around 2, 3 o'clock. So about 5 o'clock we turn around. Then at the open we sold off a little bit. Now we're moving higher. Again, for me to participate in this market, I would see it pull back toward 30, 31, 30 at least. Then I can put my stop below the swing here, 5. Definitely not too eager to just try to jump and buy right now. I mean, earlier I took a couple of trades on early. One of them was a short. Sorry, one of them was a long. I went long early. This doesn't. I'm only showing this because you can see the markings here. I went long early right here. My stop was 20 ticks, which was below this line. Then I'm like, oh, it's turning around against me. Let me just time my stop. Then obviously I got stopped out here. Then I'm like, okay, this is look like it's going to want to go lower from yesterday. So this area is a resistance area. Then I went short. Boom, tagged me out here for my full stop. Now we're done trading early. Early is not, we're not in sync with it today. So we're just going to keep trading. Let me see, too high from, yeah, exactly. Yeah, same. I think we're seeing the same thing here, Jimmy, on ES. ES is definitely too high right now. Definitely need to retrace, which we may get or we may not get. I don't know. This market lately, when they decide to push it. Now, the fun fact in this trade here, I had an ATM which moved my stop to break even when I'm up 5 points. I was up 4 points and 3/4. 4 and 3/4 points I was up. Then I moved it to break even. And then they came back down. They tagged me out. Boom, would have been my target right here, 34.25. So this market sometimes can be like that. You can't let something like that affect the way you trade. Just know it's part of the market. Because if I just let the ATM, in hindsight, everything looks good. If I just let the ATM do his job and then take over and move it manually, it'd be like, oh yeah, this would have been a winner. But because I move it manually, I was up close to 5. I wasn't quite there yet. I was 1 tick away from being close to 5. So as you can see here, this resistance is holding. So let's see, and we get to about 30. Yeah, we need a deeper pullback to engage here. We can't, because our stop would have to be all the way down here at 26. No, I didn't lose. It was a break even. It was a break even trade. I got it at 24. If you can see here, let me make this bigger. It wasn't a loss. It was a break even trade. It would have been a full win if I didn't move my stop manually. If I just let the ATM do it. I got it at 24.25. As you can see, the stop is 24.25. It was just a break even trade. It was a break even trade by a tick. If I said, you know what, let me just let the ATM do his job. Because at this point here, this to me looked like we're pushing higher here. In hindsight, everything looks good. That's why we traded at the right edge. That's the only thing we can do. Now, this pullback we got here could be the only, that's all we're going to get. I don't know. But we are pushing 11 o'clock, so which is a time to be cognizant of. We're going to be mindful of that because ADD is going higher. So we definitely could see a push higher here into 11 o'clock. When you look at NQ here, it's going straight up pretty much. It just tells me, hey, we definitely don't want to be shorting this market here. All we're trying to do is get a pullback to go along. Yeah, definitely. Because of the the daylight saving time, up normally close around 11:30. But this week it'll be, up to the end of the month, which is actually this weekend. Europe goes ahead this weekend on the 30th. They moved the clock forward like us this weekend here. Starting Monday, it'll be back to the same time. But definitely don't want to go long here. Don't want to go short either. But here, I think this could be a pullback here. And this pullback is very shallow. It's a 3-point pullback though. So we can say is the market went above the previous high by 6 ticks, and there was not much of a push here. So could this market be tired up here and trying to go back lower? We'll find out. I think that 30-minute bar here, the way it closes will tell us a lot on ES. Is it going to close at the high, or is it going to be like a indecision bar? If it's in this decision bar, we'll see some lower price movement. Also, we got to keep an eye on ADD here. The advanced decline, it's like it wants to go higher. The advanced issue wants to go higher. So this could be the push up we said we could get here. Let's find out. Keep an eye on the Geiger counter here. It's the buying pressure is going lower. So even though we're moving higher, let's see. Now it's going back up. So, all right. Let's look at the 30-minute here on Q. It's going into that fair value gap, which is quite a large one. So I'm saying right now, being cautious is not a bad thing. On the 1 minute, we got some divergence here too. Divergence on the MACD and RSI, and even stochastic. So that could be a time to they push it down here. Let's see. Those yellow bars on the Raptor in the middle say, hey, we're really having like a stalemate between buyers and sellers. You can see it also in the Geiger counter. There's no call on the needle. It's right in the middle here. It's a big fight going on. Definitely the speed the market went down too. It's pretty interesting. I think we may, again, look at my order flow too. We got some buyers getting absorbed by the sellers up here. That doesn't mean we're going to go lower, but potential here. So right now, if we had to go short, it would be a 3-point stop. If you can make it no higher, I definitely would like to go out. I think I may take the plunge here and go short. See if we can get short at 34 and a half here. It may not come back and get us. Well, we may miss this train. What did the sell ask? If we did the sell bid, would be in this trade. We're gonna cancel the order. Because honestly, I would want to be already almost at break even. Because this is. If you look at this is in the bigger picture here, the counter trend trade. Trying to find maybe 5. I think we may go all the way down here. Definitely at this point would be up about 3 points. Would be at break even. Because I was gonna just risk 3 points. So that's okay. Okay. 32 did not hold. So once again, we wanted to go short here at 34 and a half. We didn't get filled. So that could be the bounce up now. We don't know. Especially now we're almost at 11 o'clock. I canceled the order because it was at 11 o'clock. Because if we got filled, would be at break even. Would be definitely at break even at this point. But right now, looks like we might be heading higher here. But if it goes higher, it'll be without us because we're not trading 2 minutes into like 1 minute, less than a minute to the top of the hour. Okay, it's a big bid at 27. I do forget to look at my level 2 to see what the waterhead looks like. Expose this here. There you go. There's a lot of it's not much of enthusiasm for this market to go higher. 31 and a quarter could be a place to go short, but Jimmy's saying that there might be some big bids down there at 30 and 27. So I'd be careful going short there. This market pushing higher at the moment. Because if ADD goes below, well, Q is pushing higher. Yes, looks like to follow. Yeah, because if you wanted to go along at 30, definitely didn't get to 30, so you didn't get filled. The low on that candle was 30 and a half. Where we are right now, I'm very leery of the long. Because when I'm looking at ADD is kind of it's drifting lower. The Zen decline is telling me, hey, there's not very many people that are interested in participating long here. And especially people are going to lunch soon. So a move down here is definitely possible. 32 and a quarter could be a place to go short. I may try it actually. If I get burned, that's fine. 35 has a big bid on there. Relative. Only 165 contracts there. 54, taking it off. 34 and 3/4. Could be an area again too, because that's where it kind of shut down from. But right now I'm doing a conservative entry. It'll be more like an aggressive one. I want the market to come take me in. Now Ellie wants to go lower. Ellie got up there and find some resistance. Now it's going lower. Obviously, if we move up past 35 here, we're gonna cancel the order. Setup is no longer valid. All right, now it's very counter trendish right now because okay, Jimmy, we'll be in together here and come back down and tag me in. Here is 35. Definitely a nice resistance area here. If we were to get taken in here. Normally I'll stop with a band 5 points, which is 37 and a quarter. But we may do a 3-point stop at this point, 35 and a quarter. If we were to be taken in, and if we were to get taken in here, we're looking at targeting maybe the point. Jimmy, you move your stop so quickly, man. You already at 34 and a quarter. Hopefully it doesn't come back down and come back up and take you here. Again, I'm doing a conservative entry, so much aggressive here because we can see this market, I wanted to prove it to me a little more than just to a limit. Could definitely do a limit at 34 and a half, 34 and 3/4, but I'm looking at the ADD here. ADD is looking good for a short. So is ADV. Advanced decline, advanced issues here. They're looking like to go lower. So let's see. We go lower here. Cancel the stop, or so we just traded at 34 and a half, 34 and a quarter. So a lot of times in trading, it's not so much the winners that you're trying to avoid. You're trying to get, but also avoiding the losers. Like right now, if this market doesn't come down to our entry, we'll stay out of it. We don't want to be, if it comes down to our entry here, that'd be nice. That doesn't mean it's gonna be anything guaranteed it's gonna be a winner, but we just know right now we're not in a loser. We got taken in here. Let's see if we get some push to the downside. We're gonna keep the emergency stop in place for now, but if we were to move up maybe a point or two, did we get to a point? I think we did. I was still on this kind of 31 and a quarter. Yeah, we did move. So what I'll do is I'll reduce my risk here. 3.5 points instead of the 5 and a quarter that I had. So okay, now you're 32 and a quarter. Nice. So can we see a plunge to the downside here? There's a liquidity pool at 30, starting at 23.50 all the way to 20.75. So if they just want to go back down there and top it, I mean my target would get filled. I think I know if they go down past 30.50, I could might move to break even because my stuff is out of the way now. I'm right on top of VWAP too, which is a nice place to be here for my target if we were to get there. So I could pushing lower here a little bit. So what I may do here is come back and put my stuff right above this for about a point. So if we're seeing 3.5 points like I'm doing now, I can risk 1 point. But I don't think we're there yet though. We'll have to break this. Or did we get to 30 and a quarter? I'm sure we got to 30.50, yeah. See if we can break this low. I think this low was 30.50. There you go. So because we break this low, we're gonna put our stuff here at, maybe we'll risk 5 ticks. 30 and 32 and a half. I hope not, Jimmy. I hope not. Jimmy's saying 30.50 long. We're seeing 5 ticks to make 40 at the moment. Take a no low here at 29 and a quarter. If we were to get there, 4 more ticks here. We'll see if we can move to break even. Or at least we'll move it in a place like we were risking 2 ticks like we did earlier. And we can just risk 2 ticks here. I'll break even here. Yeah, we'll move to break even. Break even is better than a loser here. If they come back and they tag us out break even, we know, hey, it is what it is. Geiger counter is going higher, so which is not good for our trade, our position. Let's look at ADD. It's gonna go back higher here. Yeah, we might get taken out here again to break even. ADD is going back lower here, which is good. Okay, lower here. So low on this candle here. 28.75. Well, looks like we might be tagged out break even here. If that's the case, it's almost 11:30. We're gonna wrap up the stream. I was gonna say win, lose, or draw. This trade technically we cannot lose anymore unless we get slippage. But win or draw here, we're gonna pack our toys and go home. Call it a day. Okay, your average is at 30. There you go. Looks like you're about to get us out here. Yeah, within 1 tick, we got taken out. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's been the story of my life today. Got taken out, break even, and then turn around my way. Let's turn it around to the downside again. Let's see. At 33, there's a nice batch of sellers up there. At 33. We get to 33. Let's see how we react. It got really close to your stop there. So we got 4 trades today. 2 to a break even. And guess what? Just LE just doing. LE's just dumping right now. Yeah, LE's dumping the way I thought it would. LE's dumping. Because I quickly got long, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's the wrong side of the market. I got short, then it went back up and tagged me out. I wouldn't say it was by one tick or two. This would have been a little harder to take, but it definitely went 12 ticks against me here. Then went back and went higher again. It's dumping, as I just said here. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, one tick sometimes makes a difference, as we saw earlier here. I mean, if I just waited to move my stop by one tick when he got to here, it would be a nice winner. A 10-point winner in the ES, but it wasn't the case. All right, with that said, I'm going to end the stream. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to look to just take a breather here and maybe trade the afternoon. With that said, good luck. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.